Hello, good morning and welcome. This is forexforsteadyprofits.com. We use the Commitment of Traders report and the RSI to time our entry into the markets. And I'll show you the Commitment of Traders report and show how we use it on the charts. Okay, I'll just take you there now. Okay, this is the Commitment of Traders report in a graph form. So as we can see the history and the positions of the commercials here in red and the speculators in green. And what we're looking for is the commercials to take an opposite position to the speculators in an extreme position. As you can see from the past, whenever this has happened, you've had a sell-off. And what I use then is the RSI to time my positions in. We've had this really large divergence here, and I can go back years, and it's sort of like an extreme position. So I'm expecting to see a very big sell-off, but we use the RSI just to time the position in. Okay, so this is the Australian dollar US dollar chart for the same period, and we were looking for the Australian dollar to short against the US dollar, and from the from the RSI chart we put a trend line up, and when we got a break, we actually went short, and we got this nice move down here. The RSI came down, it sort of went up again, and we got another high there which got broken, and we got this very big move down, and then we had another move back up, and we got a sell signal here which gave us another move back down. On the Members Center, I do a divergence chart. I've got a divergence calculator which I use on the crosses, and the crosses give us a slightly better result, I believe. But anyway, that's the way I use the CFTC and the RSI combined to give me my entry positions. And we'll be looking at that over the coming weeks. Hello, good evening and welcome. It's Tuesday and we've got the CFTC results. And we'll start as ever with the Australian dollar. We've seen a fall off from the oversold position, the bearish position, and this has coincided with the Australian dollar coming down in value. For the last couple of weeks, it's had sideways movement. Previously it's sort of like gone back up, and now we're seeing a little bit more weakness come through, and expect that to sort of continue throughout the rest of the week. British pound, we've come down off the highs and hit the lows, and I am expecting, after this rise in the value of the British pound, I'm expecting a little bit more downside on this, but you can't actually get a very clear indication off this chart at the moment, in my opinion. But I am expecting more downside on the US dollar for the British pound. Canadian dollar. Well, we've seen an extreme position here for the commercials against the speculators. This is the most bearish that the commercials have been for a long time. As we've come down in price, so we have actually seen the commercials selling off. We've had a little bit of recovery over the last couple of weeks, and I'm expecting more selling on the Canadian dollar. So I'm expecting the USD CAD to go up in value. The euro, we've seen last week, as we've sold off the value of the euro, we've actually got more bearish on the commercials, and I am expecting quite a big fall in the value of the euro this week. So we'll see if that comes to fruition. Japanese yen. This is a bearish extreme, sorry, a bullish extreme for the Japanese yen. So I am expecting the USD Japanese yen to start to fall. Right, Swiss franc. Now I've put this on a 3-year chart, which is quite interesting, and I think you can see what happens when we get an extreme bullish position by the commitment of traders on the Swiss franc. I think this was the black swan. This one was a very nice move up that we had here. And then we've got this one, which gave us this lovely move up there. And now we've got this one that we're at now, and this is looking to me like it's going to be a very nice trend that we're going to get for about 3 months, where we're going to see a rise in the value of the Swiss franc. So I'm including that one as of now, because I took it out for a long while because it wasn't really doing anything. Mexican peso. This has gone back onto a 1-year chart. It's still bearish for the Mexican peso. I'm expecting more upside in the USD Mexican peso. We've had a little bit of sideways movement for the last 3 weeks. As you can see on the chart, nothing's really happened to the positions, and I expect it to continue bearish. New Zealand dollar, this is actually crossed over. I kind of expect a little bit more downside as this goes up, but not much. If I've got to trade in from the top, I'll be getting a bit sort of scary now and want to pull out. So basically I think we might see a reversal on this. I know we've come back down again to recent lows, and you know, I think it's going to go back up, so we'll see what happens with that. Crude oil, I quite like this trade. If you look at the commercials, they are at a bearish extreme. I've also the RSI has crossed my trend line. I got a trade in, and the oil price has fallen today, and I've put extra trades in as it fell. Got knocked out of a few of them at a profit, but I am very bearish oil at the moment. I think there's plenty of downside on that. Metals, whoops, here we go. Silver. Again, I am very bearish silver. I've got one trade in this. I'm bearish, and I think he's got quite a way down to go. I mean, when we were as bearish, we saw this really nice fall off in the price. We're bearish again, and I really think that the price is going to fall again. So I've got my trade in with my stops on it, and we'll see what happens. The S&P 500, have a quick look at that. Yeah, they're still fairly bearish, but it just amazes me the way it keeps going up. Okay, thanks very much for watching. I'll do a longer version on Friday and include the charts in it, but as it was late this week, it sort of spoilt it a little bit. Okay, cheers now. Hopefully see you next